Namaste. Namaste. Good morning. So, sharing this morning from a different meditation perch here in the house, because this time of year, this is where the morning light comes streaming in quite beautifully. And I know it creates a pretty harsh light here, and I've got a pretty shiny head. That's genetics. I can't do anything about the shiny head. Whew. And I've been playing with recently the surrender to love, the surrender to truth. And what I mean by that is just to kind of be clear that this ego body is the constructed self. It is the created sense of a separate self, the self that can be maligned by others. The story. The ego is the story of self that we ourselves have created, that the ego has created. And just to be clear, the ego has no interest in truth. It has zero interest in truth. Its only interest is in protecting the very image of self that it has created. So where that pops up in life is that, we know that there's this love that moves through us, right? The desire to be expressed in usually a creative or loving way. So for some people, when the love moves through their finely, beautifully, uniquely tuned instrument of the soul, our souls are attuned in these beautiful ways. And love is like the fingers strumming the guitar. Love is what plays us. Love is what plays through us, and we are the finely tuned instrument. And that has nothing to do with the ego body. That's just the isness of being the love, the one universal, unconditional love, wanting to move through our unique tuning so that it can be, so that love can be, so that God can be expressed in the world through the unique beauty of our soul's tuning. And that can show up as anything. This is how it shows up for me, to be a guide, to express and share the journey, the self, the opportunity to realize the true nature of being. For others, it shows up to be a chef. For somebody else, it shows up to play piano. For somebody else, it shows up to garden. For somebody else, it shows up to be a woman's rights advocate and an advocate of truth and social justice. For another person, it's to teach children. It shows up in all these incredible ways. And we feel that rush, that impulse, that desire to be fully expressed, right? For love to fully express itself through our unique way of being. And then the ego pops in. And of course, that's where the fear lives. The fear doesn't live in our originality, in the soul and in the love. The fear, the doubts, the uncertainties arise within the ego, the constructed self, the image of self that we have constructed. And the ego says, but what if, right? What if I do express in this way? What if I answer this love and surrender to this love and just express in this love? What will people think about me? And it is so helpful to get clear on what is this me that I'm saying might be damaged, hurt, impugned. And it's just the ego's own image of itself. The ego has no interest in truth. It has no allegiance to truth. It has only allegiance to its own created image. And that's insane. That we would live life ruled by this thing called ego, which is only interested in validating and preserving its own illusion, the illusion of itself. I am a separate being. I am simply this personality. I am this image of self that I've created in my own mind, and that's what I am, and that's what needs to be protected and defended. And so my ego right now is looking at myself doing this Facebook Live, and I'm seeing how shiny I am getting. And there's a part of, like, this thing arose and said, ooh, maybe I shouldn't post this when I'm done, because it looks bad, because it's not the image that I want to put forth. It doesn't matter, because the love is just expressing through this beautiful soul of being that I've surrendered to. I am surrendering to. Then the I in that case is the ego, that the ego is surrendering to. And saying, all right, there's an infinite truth of being that feels, that is so much more true and alive. So that's it for this morning, I think. Just that recognition. Let's recognize that when we're surrendering into answering the love that moves through our unique tuning of being in its own unique way, to trust that far more than trusting an ego that is only has allegiance to itself, to preserving its own self-created image, which is an illusion, which is just a self-created image that's temporary and that's constantly changing. That's its only allegiance. So the practice is in recognizing we are not that is a phenomenon that arises within the human experience, and it is not us. We are the beautifully, uniquely tuned soul through which love wants to play. And when we surrender to that, then we are in love. Then we are in love. Blessings. Namaste. From the shiny-headed guy.